Hey everyone.
Hey, Max. Why the long face today?
Same old story, honestly. Downloaded an app to learn English, studied for a week, and then just gave up. Third time this year.
Wait, why do you even need English? You already speak pretty well. Why keep improving?
Well, I just want to speak better. Isn't that a normal answer?
Normal, but not complete. Why do you want to speak better? That's the real question.
Okay, honestly. A couple of weeks ago, we had a call with a new client from Paris. At some point, everyone just switched to French. For me. Meaning, everyone realized my English wasn't good enough to follow the conversation. So they switched to French, just so I wouldn't get lost. That feeling was the worst part of it. I want to handle it myself next time.
Now that's a real reason. Tell me, how does your motivation usually start?
After that call, I spent the whole evening learning words. Downloaded an app, made a plan for the month. The first week, I studied every day. It was interesting. Then the words stopped sticking. It got boring. And I decided I probably didn't want it that badly after all.
I don't think you fell out of love with the idea. You just got tired. A strong feeling and a clear reason are two different things. A feeling helps you start. A reason is what helps you continue.
So a burst of motivation isn't the same thing as a reason?
Exactly. A burst fades after a couple of weeks for everyone. That's normal. But a reason, if it's clear, stays with you even after that spark is gone. You know, motivation is a bit like a match. It flares up bright, but burns out fast. A reason is more like a flashlight. It's not as dramatic, but you can switch it back on anytime it gets dark.
Good comparison. So I only ever had a spark, not an actual reason.
Sounds like it. But it looks like you have one now. You have a reason. You don't want to feel embarrassed on a call again.
Right, that's exactly it.
Great. That's reason number 1. Usefulness. English opens a specific door for you. Your next conversation with this client. Maybe even a promotion, if you become the person who can handle international clients. When the goal is that clear, you already know what to focus on first, not all the grammar at once. You need specific phrases for work calls. How to greet people, how to explain a task, how to ask someone to repeat something.
Okay, but the next call with this client might be 6 months away. How do I not forget everything by then?
There's a trick for that. Connect a small action today with a bigger result. You go running in the mornings, right?
Almost every morning, even when I don't feel like it. It's become such a habit that the day feels incomplete without it.
So think about it this way. One run doesn't make you a marathoner. But without runs, there's no marathon at all. It's the same with a language. Today's 10 minutes aren't the whole journey, but without them, there's no reaching the goal.
Okay, I get that. But there's something else, too. I have a colleague at work, Jake. He's from Manchester. We only talk through a translator, and it always feels kind of cold.
And there's reason number 2, connection with people. Language isn't just words for work, it's a way to actually understand someone. You probably want to get Jake's jokes, not just his work messages.
Honestly, yeah. He's clearly a funny guy. It just doesn't always come through in translation.
That's exactly why people learn a language beyond just usefulness. You want to understand what someone really means, to hear their actual tone, not a dry translation.
but I'm a little scared to message him directly in English. What if I make mistakes and he thinks I sound strange?
You don't need perfect English to build a connection. A short, real message with a couple of mistakes is worth more. More than a perfect textbook sentence, especially one you never actually sent. Just write him, "Hey, how's it going?" and see what happens.
That sounds a lot simpler when you put it that way.
Now picture yourself in 6 months, a year. You're confidently running a call in English, joking around with Jake with no translator. What do you look like in that picture?
Probably more relaxed, without all that tension I had on that last call.
That's reason number 3, the person you want to become. This isn't about one course or one app anymore. It's about the kind of professional, the kind of person you see yourself being.
Okay, but I still don't feel confident enough to start right now.
You don't need to feel confident in advance. Action comes first, then the feeling. You start practicing, and only afterward does the sense that you're actually capable show up. If you wait until you feel ready, you could wait forever.
So, just start, even without the mood for it?
Exactly. And think about the other side, too, who you don't want to become. You don't want to miss out on a good conversation because of the language again. Like that time on the call?
Definitely not. I still feel awkward when I think about that moment.
That picture can push you forward too, but don't lean on it too hard. If you keep thinking, "I'm not good enough," you'll burn out fast. It's better to hold both pictures in mind, where you want to end up and what you want to avoid. And then just pick one small action for today.
Can the reason change over time?
Of course. Right now, your reason is work and Jake. In 6 months, you might want to watch English movies without subtitles, or take a trip to Manchester. You can have several reasons at once, and that's completely normal.
Okay, so what should I actually do this week?
Forget the dream of speaking perfectly for now. Look, you're a native French speaker. Let's take an example. Say someone who isn't fluent in French tries to speak it with you. They mix up words, build sentences a bit awkwardly. Does that actually bother you? You still understand exactly what they're trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't bother me at all, actually. I usually try to help and find the right word for them.
Same thing here, just flipped around. When your English isn't perfect, people will understand you just the same, and they won't be bothered by it either. So don't wait for the moment you speak perfectly. Speak now. Pick a close goal. For example, have one full work call with Jake entirely in English this month.
That sounds a lot more doable than learn all of English.
Exactly why a close goal works better. You can actually see it, touch it, and then say, "A month ago, I couldn't do this, and now I can."
What if, on some day, I just have zero motivation to study?
That's normal. It happens to everyone. A reason doesn't remove the hard days. It just helps you come back after them. A reason is like a compass. It doesn't walk for you, but it shows you the direction. You still have to take the steps yourself.
I like that comparison. It kind of puts everything in place.
And one last thing. Don't focus only on the result. You like listening to tech podcasts, right?
Love them. I've got like 10 of them queued up in my player at once. I switch between them depending on my mood.
So start looking for the same kind in English. Then you'll be learning the language not just for Jake and the client, but for something you already enjoy. And that makes the reason even stronger.
Okay, I think I finally get why I actually need this.
A reason isn't a magic pill. It won't make every day easy, but it gives meaning to what you're doing. You don't need to feel ready every day. You just need to remember why and take one more small step. By the way, everyone, drop a comment. What topic would you like to hear in one of our upcoming episodes? Give us a week or two and we'll definitely cover it.
And the day after tomorrow, we've already got a new, really juicy topic ready. We're talking about focus and how to work like a pro. So don't miss it.
If this episode helped you, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss new episodes.
Thanks for being with us. See you in the next video.
Bye for now.